What was your take on the day for you guys?
It's always great to get out here and be able to practice against other teams and just the back and forth, and just learning another team as we're playing and everything else. I thought guys competed at a high level, both sides, on offense and defense for us. Obviously, they did too as well. So there was a lot of good plays. Some things we always can clean up and everything else, but I thought it was a great day for us, especially at the end.
How do you decipher offensively what's a sharp practice and not a sharp practice? And what would you call this for you guys?
I would say, first of all, the 7-on-7, we were pretty much lights out. The guys were on it. All the spots, locations where we want to be. That's what you really want to make sure that we're catching and making plays and all that stuff. We thought we did a good job of that. I thought the second period we battled through it. They made some plays, we made some plays, but I think that's part of the game. Sometimes you play games where not everything goes your way that possession, and just be able to reload and go to the next possession and play so that's good experience too. It's you need that sometimes. I thought we really answered at the end. I think we had 3 touchdowns down there at the end and just made some big plays. And I thought Slay having that touchdown catch, that was a big play. Theo having that touchdown catch as well, really good play by him. So there was a lot of good juice at the end.
Did you get a chance to catch up with Justin?
Yeah, I did. I got to talk to Justin before practice a little bit, during a little bit. He's a great friend, great teammate, man. I love playing with him, and I know he's gonna have a great year.
How much do you guys talk about just both landing in the same market here?
Yeah, we talk about it. I wouldn't say all the time, but we definitely talked about it when we both decided to come to New York. And we're grateful to be able to play this game and what we love to do. We're both tremendous competitors. He's tremendously talented, and I always have his back and all that, and vice versa.
Russ, you mentioned the team period, you're like late. What about Earl? The early team period.
Yeah, that's ball. Sometimes everything goes our way right away, but I think how we responded was great. I think our resiliency throughout practice. I thought, as we talked about the execution at the end there, and just making big time touchdowns and big plays. I love seeing Theo get in the end zone, Slay. I think Motor scored too on that one. There's a lot of good things throughout practice, and we're gonna go back, watch the film, and learn, and get ready to go tomorrow. We get to go back home tomorrow and play in front of our fans. So that'll be fun too.
So you're trying to develop chemistry with receivers. How tough is it not to have Malik out there as often?
Yeah, I think Malik and I have gotten a lot of time together. I trust his work ethic, his ability to get open. Obviously, I've spent a lot of time with him throwing football. When he is out there, when he has been, we've been lights out on everything that we've done. I think he's been special for us. I love Wandell. I love Slay, all the guys that we have. I'm excited to get Jalen Hyatt back soon, hopefully. And just, I think that, you see other guys step up. I thought guys made good plays. ZP, I thought Bo made some good plays. Theo, as I mentioned, just everybody's kind of contributing. That's what we need. We want to facilitate the ball to the right guy at the right time, and we want to be able to do that. And obviously, Malik's a key part of that.
At one point, we saw James kind of get on guys a little bit. What's it like to have another guy kind of, get on the guys, not just you, but maybe just another guy kind of step up and say, hey, we need to clean up a little bit?
Yeah, Jameis and I, we both, a lot of experience, a lot of, understanding of what we want to do, how we want to motivate, how do we want to lead. I think that's important. And me and James actually did that in that period. We're like, you got this one, I'll get the next one, back and forth, he's got those great motivational speeches. So, I think that just the biggest thing is just we want to come out here and compete at the highest level every time we step between the white lines. And, and so that's good to have that, and good to have great leadership on defense too. Guys like Brian Burns and big Dex over there, and just all the guys that we have, Nacho, and there's a lot of great experience.
What have you told Jackson about the most valuable thing you can get out of these joint practices?
I think the biggest thing is just, it doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter if it's, on air. It doesn't matter if it's, another opponent. We always have to be bringing our best every day, and I think we do a really good job of that.